we live yet? Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Looks like it. Okay, it's going. All right, what did I break today? I don't think I broke anything. What's up, guys? How's it going? Welcome to another sunny stream today. Oh, man. Today's going to be a fun. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, guys. Oh, boy. Happy Sunday to everybody out there. Let me say what's up to all the beautiful people in the crowd. We already had some people hating on GeForce Now at the start of this thing. I didn't even see it. And then we got Jeff in the house, Stadia GG, Cult of Stadia. What's up, brother? How's it going, Cult? Thank you for always sharing my stuff on social media, my man. We got Randy B, the man himself. Sonny, my brother, what's going on? What's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you as well, my man. Then we got Kamarly. What's up, Kamarly? How's it going, brother? Good to see you as well. Rock Mirth, what's up? Hey, what are you all drinking? I got my vitamin water ready to go. This music, man, let's go. We got Charlie Chaplin in the house. Amon's in the house as well. We got Axel. What's up, Axel? We got Jason Carlson. Hello from the UK. Jason, good to see you, my man. Good to see you, Jason, and welcome, my man. If I haven't given you a shout out for being an awesome member that you are, here's my shout out to you, my man. Randy says, yes, I haven't said what game it is. That's correct, of course. And then hold on, we got some more peeps here. Let me say what's up to Eddie. Eddie in the house as well. What's up, Eddie? Jeff, a Red Stick. How's it going, Red Stick? Good to see you. Sonic, good to see you here every single week, Sonic. Again, shout out to Jeff. We got Fandom Cloud Gaming. We got Dave G in the house. What's up, Dave? Good to see you. We got Sint. What's up, Sint? Good to see you, Sint. I hope you're doing well, Sint. We got Luxury Harsh, and then we got John in the house with that Bears logo, as we are going to get a spanking today after this stream. I'm definitely going to go check out the game. We got Lamont in the house. Lamont, the celebrity himself. Good to see you, Lamont. Maybe is your students here today? Maybe we could keep the underwear talk to a minimum today. We got Rouser in the house. No reason to hate on any platform. We all have our playing preferences. Agreed. Pretty much agreed. We got Unitrix as well. Super, Charlie, and all you wonderful folks. Well, what's up, everybody? I hope you're all doing well. Let me change up the music a little bit real quick. And today's going to be a good one, man. We are giving out a Stadia game today, as we always do. And next week, I'm really excited because we're going to have the Halloween stream. I'm going to be giving out, I think my goal is to give out 3 games with maybe a 4th. But I'm a little worried because I've now been put on notice from the actual Dead by Daylight Discord community. There's a whole community on Discord from Stadia. That's what I meant to say. So it's the Dead by Daylight Stadia community, and they already know about the stream. So I was hoping to slaughter you, scrubs, and now they know, and they're good. So I was just like, dang it. So I don't think I'm going to have as much fun at this Halloween stream as I thought I would next week. So it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. Hopefully we get crowd play working, but we'll see. Oh, my goodness. Yo, hopefully my stuff's not breaking again. Thank you, Randy. There it is. Okay, Randy coming with the 8 months here. Sonny, man, you the bro. Really happy to have you part of this community. Thank you, man. Really appreciate that. I think my music's a little low. Let me put it a little louder. Slightly louder, but a little less in my head. Give me a second, guys. Thank you again, Randy. Really appreciate that. And by the way, if you are a member, you can highlight your message just like Randy, which is really awesome. What's up, Zoc? Good to see you, my man. Skyfall 4K. Guys, I'm giving out today. We're giving out Falconeer today. That's the game we're giving out. A lot of you guys asking what the game is. It's Falconeer. All right. Now you guys can leave if you guys don't want to be part of that giveaway. What's up? Lamont says, rule number 1 in Dead by Daylight, be quiet as possible. That's kind of hard to do. Yo, what's up, Twisted? The stream just started, my man. Just started. Let me actually, I didn't even set up the giveaway today, so let me get that set up real quick, guys. But of course, you guys have heard all the crazy stuff. A lot of stuff happened this week within cloud gaming. I mean, we saw Stadia with the AT&T deal, which, you know, a lot of people were worried about that, and I don't think there was anything up with that at all. I actually was I want to say I was actually pretty pleased to see it, because it's kind of like, you kind of know when something's coming. You know, I didn't know when this was coming, but you know it was eventually coming, and then to kind of see it the way that we did with the AT&T deal with Stadia, it was just like, oh, okay, that's what they're doing. Well, that's pretty cool. Let's see what comes of this. because it did announce that, you know, it was going to be a something they said for just a short amount of time. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens at that point. Let's see if we can get this giveaway started right now. Let's see if the bot turns on this morning. It is still morning for me. Thank you again, Randy, for the highlight message and for the 8 months. If you guys are members, go ahead and find the way to highlight your membership, so that way I can just give you a shout out for how many months you've been a member, even if it's just been 1 month, because I think that's cool, man. I wish YouTube would be a little better with that. So Arthur goes, I wish GeForce charge less for the 120 FPS. I mean, I think the price can be a little bit like, ouch, you know, but I don't really know what to make of the price because I haven't really thought a lot about it. The truth is that it's extremely hard to gain the computer parts the setup that GeForce now is setting up for. Like, if you were to build your own computer with a 3080 and the processor and everything they're using, trust me, you'd be spending a lot of money today. We're talking like 25, 3,000 grand easily. Just that's off the top of my head. I've built computers before. So for me, it's kind of a bargain. So I get it, though. If you're like a regular cloud gamer, you've been somewhere else, you're going to look at that price and you're going to be like, dang, that's quite a bit. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Clive, 13 months. Let me highlight Clive in his 13 months. How's it going, my man? Good to see you. Sin says, what do you think of Riders Republic, Sunny? So I haven't had a chance to play Riders Republic because I want to cover it when it launches. So I'm hoping to kind of do a review of it. So I want to kind of like segue my 4 hours into closer to when it launches. So that way I just have all that time to kind of check it out. So I haven't checked it out. I've been seeing people showcase it in videos and stuff like that. The game looks, again, really, really fun. So I see a couple of you guys ask me that. So I like that you guys are finding that thing, though. Kamarly, we're here for the 7 months. Just killing time with Sunny. Thank you for that, Kamarly. Love that you guys are taking advantage of that. Hold on, let me see if there's any else. Hello, I just subscribed and I love your channel. Thank you for that, Brawl. Appreciate that, man. And welcome, welcome, welcome. This song, though. Sunny, do you have any advice on capturing Stadia? I tried the web browser and it stutters a lot. So what were you using, fandom? I need like way more context. I would definitely try, at the very worst case, fandom, try doing the direct to YouTube streaming that Stadia has embedded. If you're already using the browser, that means you can do that. So try that first and see if that works. But like, that's kind of a loaded question in regards to just, you know, things like OBS and what kind of thing are you using, Streamlabs, OBS. There's a lot of questions, a lot of context that I need for that. But worst case, try the YouTube direct streaming, which, by the way, is awesome. You know what's cool about YouTube direct streaming with Stadia is you theoretically could become a streamer this weekend. You could stream a game directly to your YouTube channel that you make up, that you've already had maybe, and then use those free-to-play games like the demo at Resident Evil. You can just title, like, you know, Resident Evil 2021 October something, where it's like more up to date, because sometimes people like to see up to date videos of stuff on Stadia, and you could literally become like a content creator just making stuff up like that using that YouTube direct streaming. So something to think about for you guys. So yes, guys, we are giving out Falconeer today. That's the game. So you guys are entering in this giveaway today. We'll have a chance at Falconeer today. Zoc says, we hope Stadia becomes upgrade soon. 120 FPS on Stadia would be awesome. You know what? You know, that's something that I definitely want to talk about, Zoc. So thank you for reminding me. So obviously the news came out this past week. GeForce now is upgrading, and it's an impressive upgrade. When I heard about the upgrade, I was blown away. More than anything, by the fact that it's going to be 120 FPS. You guys have heard it from me on these live streams. I said, if there's one thing that I want to see upgraded, I don't want to see 8K. I don't want to see any of that. I want to see the FPS, because it will give you smoother gameplay. So I was very impressed to see that GFN out of nowhere this year announced something like that. But I've seen also a lot of people reference how awesome that is, and, you know, how Stadia and other services definitely, it puts them on notice. And I've said that myself. I said it on my video. But I'm going to be 1000%, like, as I've thought about it more, I think the thing that I mostly want to see, I gotta, this music is too hyped for now. Let me change this music. Hold on. This is like my dancing music. I have like a whole little playlist, and like, it makes me want to dance. Give me a second, guys. Let me see if I can get some different, more mellow music in here. Hold on. All right, there we go. Hold on. Come on. There it is. Okay. I personally would rather see Stadia right now. If there's something I want to see specifically with Stadia and even Luna and other services, but I don't think Luna has as many issues with this. It's just more consistency in regards to, seeing that 4K 60 FPS. I know I saw Riders Republic's going to be at 30. I had no problems with Far Cry this past couple weeks, with Far Cry being at 30 FPS. But I mean, you do want to see more consistency in that department. So I think at this point, Stadia, if we're looking at Stadia where it's at right now, I just want to see it stay the course for the most part, like it has been. Continue to, make those deals, get more games on the platform, and just be more consistent with what it has. 4K 60 FPS is still something technically native to Stadia at this moment. GeForce now has 4K, but it's with the NVIDIA Shield TV, and I think it's because the codec needs to be upgraded across the board, I think, and I just think it's more like a testing phase. So right now, Stadia is the one with the 4K 60 if the games provide that. So that's mostly what I want to see, some more consistency with that. I think we've seen certain games like, Assassin's Creed Valhalla being 60 FPS because they just came out with that update. Assassin's Creed Valhalla has been, optimized for next gen. So you want to see that with Stadia games because it's possible now. So I mean, that's specific to Ubisoft. I know a lot of people want to say it's on the developers, it's on the publishers, and it is. But we gotta have the gatekeeper Stadia do something about it as well. So otherwise, how are we gonna improve on that? We got Jeff coming in with the 5. Super happy to be off work. I missed the stream. My Pixel 6 Pro is pre-ordered. Well, that's awesome, dude. Congratulations on that. I saw that they were having some issues with that on the first day with the Pixel 6. Man, I would love to get my hands on a Pixel 6, but I'm just one guy, a poor guy who doesn't have I got a budget these days, so I'd love to grab that and test out some Stadia on it. But yeah, that's awesome. I can't wait to see your feedback on that, guys. If you guys play Stadia on that, if you guys just enjoy the phone itself, that's awesome. Thank you, Jeff, for the 5. Really appreciate that. Let me go ahead and start reading some of your messages. We got STEC says, love your video, Sonny. My favorite channel for everything cloud gaming. Thank you for that, my man. Appreciate that. That adventure guy says, any news on GTA? There's been no news on it just yet. I know I've gotten a couple messages saying they're really bummed about the GTA trilogy Stadia thing. I'm still kind of a wait and see mode, guys. I want to see if it truly isn't coming out at all. I mean, I could see it coming at a delayed time, maybe a little after it launches. We'll see. I'm not ready to rule it out. I'm still hoping to see it, and I feel like gut feeling says it will. This is literally no inside knowledge on this whatsoever, guys. I'm just hoping on that one. But if it doesn't come ultimately, it's just one of those things, guys. Man, love your channel, though. I subbed yesterday. I already think I read that, bro. Thank you for that. Sid says, would it be great if other publishers put their games on GeForce and Stadia? Yep, I agree with you, Sint, on that. I use YouTube Direct streaming privately and go back and watch my own gameplay. Nice, Rouster. And that's what I've been saying people can do as well. Thank you again, Jeff, for the 5. Lamont says, yo, Fields testing my hardware, currently playing Stadia in the garage. Okay, good. I thought that said garbage. Lamont, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Yeah, oh, okay. So mine says he just pre-ordered his Pixel as well. Nice. Pixel 6. WB says 2 years and we don't have that much variety in games. I kind of disagree with that, WB. Could we use more variety? If we're talking about Stadia, could we use more variety? Sure, but I really feel like the variety is starting to come out. I mean, we recently had games like, what's that one game right now? I'm drawing a blank. True Life Colors or something. Life is Strange. There it is. Life is Strange. I was just forgetting the sequel name. Life is Strange, a story game. We got the Civ type game as well. Drawing another blank on that one, but you guys know which game I'm talking about, I'm sure. I can't, as you guys know, live stream. Everything comes to a brain fart, but there's been quite more variety in games. Good to see the Dragon Ball Z games on Stadia, if we're talking specifically Stadia. So there's some variety. Again, I'm with you guys in general. We want to see more games on whatever we use. GeForce Now, Stadia, it doesn't matter. We want to see more games. So I'm with you guys on that general sentiment. Sonny, which cloud gaming service do you spend much more of your time? Logano, definitely Stadia, and I said that last week. Stadia is still my favorite. I'm I'm definitely going to be talking quite a bit about GeForce Now this upcoming week. I'm going to have a big video coming later this week, and I won't share any more information other than that. But I will say this. I hopped on to GFN the other day, obviously, because of all the big news. And, you know, GeForce Now, I'm going to be using it a lot more going forward, because that 120 FPS, I think, is a bit of a game changer. It's what I've wanted to see the most on a personal level. But they still have some literally the biggest problems I have with GeForce Now are still not addressed, and they're the biggest issues as to why I haven't used GeForce Now compared to Stadia, because it makes a lot of sense for someone like me who's been a PC gamer the last 10 years to use GeForce Now. And I always tell all PC gamers or cloud gamers, like, if you've been a PC gamer before, use GFN, because it's true, it's the most natural fit, but it's hard to get away from Stadia's convenience. Stadia just has an insane amount of convenience, because you just hit the play button. It works. You know, it does have a built-in friends list. It does have those features. I mean, the UI isn't perfect, especially if you're using a Chromecast Ultra, which I was messing with yesterday thanks to my little niece. She was playing. I was playing at their house, and I was still kind of like, man, they really need to update this UI on the Chromecast. But overall, I mostly game on Stadia on my PC, and it's just such a seamless thing, and that's what I like about cloud gaming. I'm going to be using GeForce Now on anything that's more competitive, I think, going forward, because that 120 FPS is just huge. But I logged into GFN, and it took me 5 minutes. I don't have it timed correctly. I have to really look at the timing, but it was a minimum of 5 minutes from when I launched GeForce Now all the way till I got Death Stranding on play. And I think that's actually going to be improved this upcoming week, which is one of the things I'm going to test and probably talk about. It took me like 5 minutes. Maybe, I swear to God, it might have even been more. It was insane amount of time from all the loading. That was before I also had to log into my Steam account. So that's the stuff that's been driving me nuts with GeForce Now. Once they get that stuff sorted out, if they ever do, wow, that would be the game changer in my mind, at least for my use, because it's such a headache to use. But that's what I like about even Luna has that down a lot better as well. I mean, Luna is mostly click to play as well, and that to me is huge, man. I don't have a lot of time, even less so these days. Several YouTube channels, a job, been going to an animal shelter and volunteering the last couple weeks now as well, and that's just been, I just don't have the time to sit there and take 5 minutes to get into a game. And I know it's not every game like that, but I mean, the convenience of cloud gaming is one of the reasons a lot of us use it. So that's just kind of my thoughts on that. But yeah, again, going back to your question, because I went on a tangent, Stadia by far is still what I mess with, and I think going forward more than likely will still be. But I will say this, GeForce Now is definitely going to take some more of my time here going forward for sure. And you know, it's hard to deny those awesome upgrades. All right, let me keep going. Jeff says, I have the Pixel 4 now, but I work for T-Mobile, so taking advantage of discounts on the 6. So if you work for T-Mobile, what can you hook me up with? Because that's what I have, and T-Mobile has just been giving me headaches, because I used to be with Sprint. So Logano says, Sunny in the Cloud Gaming. Already read that one. Thank you again, Logano, for the question. Kamarley says, Stadia sometimes don't let us know when they're dropping games, so we'll see. That's a big thing, Kamarley, and that's why I'm not like... not shooting down almost anything that comes to Stadia. I mean, I could sit there and tell you for sure things like Battlefield aren't coming, because I kind of know what's kind of going on with that. So I can tell you that, but like everything else, it's almost like you can't really say no to it. And yeah, Humankind was the game. Thank you for that. Mr. says, Bandai Namco jumping move on Stadia's big big win for me. Still hoping Street Fighter representation from Capcom someday. Yeah, I'm with you. I definitely want to see. I'm glad that Dragon Ball Z is coming out next week, and definitely want to see more games coming. I think that's going to be more fighting games, I should say. I think that's something that a lot of you guys have been calling for, and something that I think I need to be a little bit more vocal with myself. Sonny, what's a good bit of gaming hardware for cloud gaming? Is Shield still worth a buy? Yes. So Jeff, I'm so glad you asked that question, because I was just thinking about a video that I'm thinking of making about, hardware. And I started kind of going through my head a little bit. And yes, in the NVIDIA Shield is still a top device. If you use any service, even Stadia, it's good. Now, I know when I had tested it out some months back, they were still like optimizing it and getting to work. I'm guessing now it's working, but I haven't tested in a while. But I know that it was still working pretty good. So, I mean, the Shield's an amazing device if you're a cloud gamer, and I absolutely recommend it because it's just such a versatile device. You can game on it, then you can watch your TV shows and all that stuff, and it's just so good for cloud gaming with that AI upscaling. So I absolutely recommend it. How many games do you have on Stadia? I have over 100 easily. I don't know exactly how many games though. I want to say maybe like 110, 115. Mindplay says, I would love to see Android games streamed on my phone or browser using Stadia tech. Wait, what? You can do that on my phones or browser. That would be cool. Mindplay, you can absolutely do that right now. Grab your phone. If you're plugged into Wi-Fi, or even if you're plugged into 4G or 5G, you can play on your browser, on your phone browser. On your phone. Maybe there's like that question. You threw me off on that question, my man. Hopefully Bandai catching on means we get Dragon Ball FighterZ, Storm, and Dark Souls. Yes, I want to see Dark Souls myself. And I think it'd be a great addition to the Stadia library. I'm with you on that. Mr. says GFN can beef itself up graphically all they want. Okay, but there's still only one game I want to play on the service. And devs games I'm into aren't coming back to GFN, but they're popping up on Stadia. I mean, I think that's the beauty right now, guys. You know, theoretically, you can, if you have the cash, and I don't want to assume that everybody does, right? But if you have that money, I mean, you can just subscribe, because that's the thing, and I'm going to keep saying this over and over until I'm blue in the face. Not every service has every single game. There's nobody that has it all right now. So you theoretically can subscribe to one and then subscribe to another. I mean, that's very much possible. Give me a second, guys. I'm like, there we go. So, I mean, it kind of comes down to that. And if there's a service that has more of the games that you want, I mean, stay subscribed to that. I mean, the good thing about cloud gaming, this isn't like console gaming. There isn't this like $400, $500 you spent somewhere and now you feel defensive about your purchase because you own and you spent your own money and you don't want to feel wrong about that. And I get that sentiment with some people. You know, I get that. You don't have to feel like that with cloud gaming because you can jump from one to another. With Stadia, if you own games, you own them, and that's that. Like, you could still unsubscribe technically. You still own the games if you bought those games. Or if you come back to Stadia Pro, you still all get all your games. Same thing with GFN. Luna and all those are the more like you don't really know what's gonna happen, you know, because technically games can leave the service. So like I said, that's kind of the beauty of cloud gaming. You don't need to stick with one. You can stick with several or just the one that has the most games you have. So you're right, mister. What's up, Queen Rage? Good to see you. I hope you're doing well, and hope you're happy and healthy, Queen. Harsh says, how about 1X players are good for playing on their Stadia? I'm not sure, my man, not sure. Charlie says, does anybody else's character from Assassin's Creed Valhalla get randomly thrown into the air? No, I haven't seen that. STEC says, I'm gonna call you Tech. Tech says, Sonny, you have the ultimate radio DJ voice. You need to own your own radio station on GTA 6 whenever it happens. Rockstar needs to hire you. Who's with me? Thank you for that, Tech. You know what's funny about that? So I'm really, really, really close to a developer who has nothing to do with cloud gaming, FYI. This is from my other YouTube channel, and I literally asked them the other day, hey, can I do some voiceovers for their game? And they told me no, because I had to be part of the what did they call it? They called it the Actors Guild or something, and I was just like, I'm like, what? And a lot of that is voice acting too. So I've looked into it, but yeah, no. I don't think it's gonna happen. What's up, Chris? Good to see you, Chris. I hope you're doing well. Mr. goes, the argument, but the devs might come back to GFN isn't a good argument to me. I can either buy or play them now, or just wait someday. They might hopefully show up on GFN. Yeah, again, you know, that's the thing with GeForce now. And pretty much a lot of the services as well. I mean, it's written in the disclaimer somewhere in their little thing and on Luna that games could technically leave Luna. I know that happens with xCloud. We've seen it happen. There was a lot of people enjoying GTA on xCloud, and then it went away. So that's kind of the issue with it. Same thing goes with GFN. I mean, technically speaking, same on their end. You know, a game, you know, here's the thing, like, and this is an actual scenario that can happen. because it is kind of going to happen in a sense, but we don't know what the end result is. And let me get through my thoughts so you guys know what I mean. So EA can put all their games on GFN, and you're seeing that right now, which is awesome, by the way. But EA is also working on their own cloud gaming service. So we just saw AT&T, right? AT&T is doing something with cloud gaming. Why? I don't know. So that's a whole different question, maybe for a different day. Right? So EA can set up their own cloud. What's going to stop EA at that point once they set up their own service, maybe powered by their own stuff? What stops EA going, well, we want everybody to play on EA Cloud. We don't want them to play anywhere else. Theoretically speaking, they pretty sure they can take away their stuff from GFN. So that's always a risk with GFN. But the thing with GFN is, if you did buy that game somewhere, you keep that game, even if you can't play it on the cloud anymore. So, but I mean, that's a risk. That's a risk. And, you know, same thing goes for, again, I already talked about it, xCloud Luna. It's just kind of what it is. Yeah, so I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. Jeff, you said I will message you on Discord about T-Mobile woes. Okay, good. I like how you guys are giving a shout out to the Queen Rage. It's like a whole new celebrities in here. Riker as well. Queen Rage is here. Oh my god, I subscribed to her after watching her hilarious DVD Stadia video. What? Is that the video that her and I did and you subscribed to her channel because of it? Definitely check her out. And check out my boy Clive as well. I know he was in the chat earlier. Clive just hit 5,000 subscribers. I hope he didn't leave so he hears this. If not, somebody message Clive. Clive, congratulations on 5,000 subscribers, my man. That's a massive feat on YouTube, by the way. And that's huge. So congratulations to my brother from over the seas. Swedish says, what game are you most excited for to play in November? Quite hyped to play Forza 5 on xCloud. Man, I go from month to month. Let me check this out real quick. So games coming out in November, because I know, wasn't Dying Light supposed to come out in November? And I think that was kind of the game that I was most excited for. Man, I just right now I don't have a game off the top of my head because I haven't gotten to November yet. I know we have to though, right? Don't we? Yeah, because this week, by the way, speaking of it, look at this. I'm just looking at the month. The days are just going insanely fast. So this week we're actually going to hear about the Stadia Pro games, and that means I actually have to start looking at what's happening in November. And you're right, I got to look at what games are coming out just in general. So right now I'm not even sure off the top of my head right now. So wow, thank you for reminding me. That's how fast the weeks are going, man. Thank you for that. So yo, Forza 5 on xCloud will be fun. That'll be something worth checking out, Swedish. So I think I'm with you on that. I'll check that out myself. David says, hey, Sonny, great content as always. Do you think Nintendo would ever use the white label approach to put their games on the Stadia tech? No. I feel like Nintendo is very much like, we're going to do our own thing. Like, I see them do whatever, because I think they are white labeling right now. I don't really know who's powering their current games. Like Dying Light coming out. I'd have to do some investigating on that. But yeah, I think that they would, if we're talking like, because you're saying white label approach to the games like the Stadia tech, like using Stadia for Nintendo, I mean, that would be the ultimate partnership. I would love to see that, but I just don't think I'd see it. Nintendo and Google specifically, but I would, God, I've said that forever. Like those two should work together. Talk about amazing things, because Google, I think Google's going to have the biggest reach here in about a year or two. I think Google will have theoretically the biggest reach. So we'll see. That's very appealing for the white labeling stuff, by the way. When you have other countries and other places you're reaching out to, that's very appealing. Sometimes my chat just skips on me. Hold on, guys. I was just about to read something. Oh my goodness, I'm falling behind in the chat, man. I'll fast forward as quick as I can. Okay, I'm gonna have to jump because I lost my place, guys. So if I missed one of your messages, go ahead and just repeat. Jeremy real quick says, I went to Shadow because they do have all the games and even play VR from the cloud, just pricey. Yeah, Shadow got a little bit more expensive. Shadow's not for everybody because it's literally you having to control a PC. Some people really just don't want any of that. They just want their stuff to work, like from the launcher to game, even if it's a slower process or if it's a click to play. So Shadow is literally you controlling a virtual computer essentially. So I'm a big fan of Shadow, always have been, but I've kind of stopped with it. Mr. Grimm says, I hate cloud gaming, and how bad people want other services to shut down. It makes zero sense to me. Yes, that's dumb. I agree. More competition is always good. We don't want to see anything shut down. Monkey says, I bought a PC yesterday, tried out Luna, play super smooth, but honestly, there's only 4 games on there that entice me over there, but it's still nice. I agree with you, Monkey. You literally took the words out of my mouth right there. I'm interested in Luna. I've been interested in Luna, but there's no games on Luna. Luna is very much close to the Stadia feeling. Not quite, because Luna's still missing a ton of stuff, but it's very close to that Stadia feeling. It doesn't have any games, like any that I care about typically. So I'm with you on that 100%. Playing Madden 22 while listening. That's awesome, Red Stick. Jay Gaming goes, did GeForce Now just put the nail in Stadia's coffin? Absolutely not. Not even close. Here's the thing. I actually have been saying this mostly in my head, because but when I saw the news about GeForce Now and I saw that they were doing this insane upgrade, because it's an insane upgrade, I immediately said, wow, this is amazing. But guess what? It's still not going to move the needle in regards to that 2 to 3% cloud gamer market share in the entirety of gaming. Remember, I've been talking about this for many months. I've been saying there isn't really a lot of cloud gamers out there. Not only that, but I actually saw, and I have to maybe do some more research on this, but I saw one article talking about the GeForce Now upgrades on the PC Gamer website. Okay, so this is all PC gamers. So they're the most that would be, if there was a group that could be potentially enticed by cloud gaming, it could be the PC gamers with GeForce Now, because the absolute 95% of them don't even have close to the specs that GeForce Now is about to release. What's my point with all this? My point is that I looked over the messages and none of them could care less that this upgrade was happening, even though more than likely them using this new GeForce Now tier would be way better, more responsive, and even better than anything that they currently have natively. Because there's just a lot of resistance to cloud gaming. There's a lot of people who just don't want to know anything about it. And then there's the whole segment of people that don't even know what cloud gaming is, what it's capable of, they care, or again, doesn't even know it exists. Despite this awesome GeForce Now news, I think it's really only going to make noise within the very small community that this is already. So, if you heard the announcement of GeForce Now as a cloud gamer and you're not convinced already, you're still not going to be convinced. And I don't think it's going to it's not going to all of a sudden, oh my God, there's like these hundreds of millions of people now who are going to start playing GeForce Now because of this news. But despite everything I just said, it's still a huge push forward in cloud gaming, and that's why personally I was excited to see the news, because as I keep telling you guys, when one of the aspects of converting future cloud gamers and people getting more used to the cloud is getting close and closer to really feeling like local hardware, and I think GeForce Now is going to accomplish that. I mean, I haven't tested it yet. I'll be testing it with you guys when it comes out, but I think it's a good step forward, a huge step forward actually. So yeah, that's my thoughts. It's still not going to make a difference still. Like it's definitely in my mind not putting any sort of nail in any, like we're Luna, what other Shadow, like this GeForce Now announcement's not going to move the needle. I could actually see some people in Shadow going and trying out GeForce Now, but we'll see. I mean, again, these are cloud services. You can all subscribe to different ones as well. So, it's not like a console. It's not like a PC and you're switching out graphics cards. It's nothing like that. Sonny, how are you? I'm curious, is the game you tried finally announced now? Batman, perhaps? I don't remember which game we're talking about, Andy. Don't remember which game we're talking about. I'm sure I've mentioned something in the past, Andy. You'll have to give me some more context on that one. Martinez says, hey, hi, Sonny. Think Batman Arkham Knight will eventually come to Stadia? That's a great question. My guess is probably going to be as good as yours. I think it will. My guess is I think it will. I had heard about Batman being tested many moons ago. We're talking like, I think it's been like 4 or 5 months, 6 months maybe. But I had no clue that it was being tested for this. I had no idea, and it's really intriguing to see it. because people are pretty much reporting that it runs amazing, like it's just insanely good. This is a good thing, because what that tells you is that, you know, Google's kind of almost showcasing and putting out, okay, this is what we're capable of. Maybe that makes a lot more publishers and developers interested, potentially even using Stadia tech. I mean, it's not a bad thing, guys. It can really lead to mostly good things in my mind, and really nothing negative. Again, what I said this in a video, the biggest negative thing you'll see is what? You'll see the games not come to Stadia, and I get that that's upsetting, but you know, at the end of the day, it's still a business, and if that money is being shown positive in the books, you know, hopefully that means we'll see more deals being made for future stuff. I mean, this can really go 10 different ways. I do want to try addressing the most negative aspect of it, but in my mind, I see nothing but positives here. So we'll see how it looks, though. Ultimately, I think that's going to be the key. And we'll have to give it months, like we have to give a lot of stuff, because remember, we talked about Stadia in regards to how would all the changes that they announced months ago, things like the new model for Stadia Pro, you know, the new publisher deal, how would that look? Well, we're still waiting to see what the publisher deal is going to look like, but the Stadia Pro deal, that has looked amazing, right? Like, now these developers and publishers apparently getting paid upon, you know, people signing up, or I'm sorry, playing the game on a day-by-day basis. Apparently must be working, right? Or maybe, I don't know. We don't truly know, but what are we seeing? We're seeing more pro games every month. Remember, we would only get 3 games, like, minimum. Maybe we got lucky if we got 4. It was like consistently 2-3 games for like 4 or 5 months there, and then this pro deal like hit right when it hit, and then bam, all of a sudden we're getting tons of pro games on a monthly basis. So we just kind of have to wait and see how this all just kind of plays out continuously. So Monkey says, I tried GeForce Now, played half of my Riders Republic demo on the super smooth, great experience, but the interface was definitely difficult. Yeah, and that's the thing they got to fix. I talked about that earlier, Monkey. I'm with you on that. Marley says, oh yes, my Assassin's Creed character gets thrown in the air and dies and only glitch. Oh my goodness, that's terrible. Logano says, exactly, that's the problem I have with GeForce Now. They have some more big games, but I'm not sure what will be going on with games if they take out some games like they did with GTA 5. Yeah, I hear you. What's up, Cult of Stadia says, hey Sonny, do you think hashtag Stadia will make a big movement? No, wait, oh, big Movember as a response to the anniversary of not GeForce Now? First off, that's kind of a really good question, actually, because I'm sure some people are wondering about that, right? Is Stadia going to respond to this GeForce Now stuff? My guess is no. Very easily a big no on that one. Google's not really, or at least Stadia, from what I've seen. If I'm looking at it from a Stadia standpoint, because I'm not as familiar with Google, the ecosystem. I barely got into it with Stadia 2 years ago, but looking at it from the Stadia standpoint, Stadia is not, they don't really react typically to stuff. So what I do hope that it potentially happens is the guys, the engineering team, those guys over there are going, okay, we need to maybe look to see if we can get more consistency out of our hardware, since it is possible to get, because like I said earlier in this stream, you know, I think seeing 4K 60 FPS is mostly all I want to see, and I'll be pretty happy at the end of the day. Again, the majority, as much as the GFN use with the 120 FPS gets me excited, I think the majority of people don't have monitors or TVs that even go above 60 FPS. It still should be smoother, though, for gamers. But I mean, you're still not, it's kind of the same, almost the same argument with the whole 4K, right? Most gamers still game in 1080p. So I don't think we'll see a response, Cult of Stadia, but I know a lot of you guys are hoping for something on the anniversary date, and I'm curious to see what happens as well. And I almost need to take a look at that and just kind of break down the last couple years and see if there's something that could happen this month, and just kind of get a lay of the land of what's been happening in that. So I'm going to think about it a little bit harder this week, especially since I just realized we're at the end of this week and now I need to start talking about November. Fallout and Doom left GFN when Microsoft bought Bethesda. Yup. And that's the risk. That's the risk with GFN, but at the same time, again, you do own your game, so there's a little counterpoint to that. But I mean that problem still exists even with Luna and xCloud. So one thing I think a lot of people are not aware of is GeForce Now is definitely missing a lot of support from major AAA developers. Used nothing from Red Dead Redemption and Team nothing from Bethesda. Well, one thing, yeah, listen. One thing I want to say real quick, just before I say what I respond to that, Monkey, is I don't want to turn this into a GFN bashing of any kind. First off, I'm actually very excited for the stuff. I've been more interested in games this year from Stadia than I have from GFN, but they are making some moves. EA coming over is good. Stuff like that is a good thing, and I was surprised by the EA thing because I've been aware that EA has been making their own cloud. There's a web page out there that was given to me to show because it's a public web page, so this isn't secret or anything. It's a public web page where it shows that EA is working on their own cloud gaming stuff. So it's cool to see more publishers, more developers hop on with GeForce now, and it's just one of those things where I'm very interested in seeing its growth in regards to games, seeing if this news here will definitely move that needle. Maybe more publishers and developers will be interested in GeForce now. We'll see. I mean, I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but it will be interesting to see. But let me respond a little bit more to what you're saying. I mean, again, all these services now, one service, and I've said this over and over again, gonna keep saying it over and over. Now one of them still has it all though, and so I hear what you're saying on that. So a lot of times, guys, if there's one thing you're interested in, you almost have to subscribe to several stuff, and I think that's going to be the future of cloud gaming in general. You see that right now with TV. I mean, we used to watch Friends on Netflix, and then it went away from Netflix and went over to HBO, and then I have to watch Friends on HBO, and now I don't have it on Netflix. So then now I'm having to subscribe to different stuff. That's totally going to happen here in the years ahead. I hate to be the guy to break that news, but it's just the way it's going to be. One thing I do like about Stadia in that regard is that they do have the deals in place. So that's not a possibility for a developer to, like, good example is we do have the racers, like we have Grid, and we have all these games on Stadia, correct? We have F1. We don't have the new ones. Why? Because EA bought, or I'm sorry, not EA, Microsoft, is it, or Bethesda, or who's got no, EA does have Codemasters, right? So some sort of new deal had to be in place for that, for Stadia. But guess what? If EA decides to open up their own cloud gaming service, you're not going to see those games go away from, and a better example would not be that one. The better example would be Doom Eternal and the Bethesda games that we do have on Stadia. That's a way better example. Sorry, guys. And you're not going to see those games leave Stadia. Why? Because the deal's already been put in place. They're just not going to magically disappear. And so that's one thing that I do like. It feels more solid in my mind. Monkey says, I'm excited to see GeForce now upgrade. Really concerned about the quality of games. So many big developers not on board because of the way they pay. Mr. says, I'm not going to be surprised to see other companies who have licenses with certain franchises using Stadia as a backend to their own cloud service. I'm not going to be surprised either, Mr. Grimm. And I think what you saw with that AT&T thing might be kind of like the showcase of like what it's capable of doing. Chris says, if Stadia upgrades their hardware, do you see Google increasing the pro price or going GFN route and making another price tier? No, I do not actually. I think if Google does, okay, no, I really don't. If they decide to go 4K and then they up their own FPS or whatever the case may be, I don't think they would increase their price. I would be pretty surprised. Don't quote me on that, obviously, but I would be shocked if they upgraded any of their pricing at all. I would almost expect to see it just stay, you know. Cult says, tweeted an hour before the feed. Thanks for this today, Sonny. For sure, Cult. For sure, my man. And appreciate all the stuff you share on social media, man. I really appreciate that. I'm really bad with social media. I don't really like sharing my stuff that much either, just because I just don't want to be... I feel like I'd be a little obnoxious if I share my stuff, but when you guys share it, it makes me feel like better about it. So then I don't mind like retweeting it from you guys. So I really appreciate it. Really appreciate that. Monkey says, I feel honestly that it's not that challenging for Stadia upgrade to 1440p 120 FPS for a PC. It's about the same bandwidth as 4K 60 with HDR. It's just a matter of time. Yeah, Monkey, I really think Stadia is very much capable of doing that easily. I think from my understanding is the codec is something, and you're even seeing that with GFN. You're only getting those 120 FPS within their own app. So I'm with you on that. I think that's very much something Stadia is capable of, and I hope we do see it. I mean, speaking from just a strictly selfish standpoint, I really want to see, Stadia, Luna, mostly Stadia because I play on it, but I want to see all these services really upgrade. And I kind of hope that, you know, that GFN stuff kind of, I mean, in a way, I want to see it light a fire in everyone's butt, but more than likely it won't, because again, I just always go back to the mindset that there isn't a lot of cloud gamers out there yet. That's the key word. And they're not going to be convinced with these hardware upgrades. They're just not. It's not about that yet. It's just not about that yet. So it's just not there yet. It'll get there because the hardware is a piece to the puzzle. You know, again, making it as close to local, that's part of the puzzle, but it's just one part of that puzzle. So we're still many years away from really seeing how this looks in the end. Sonny, where do you find the time to finish a game? I don't. That's a great question, because I don't finish games because I don't have the time to finish games like ever. I don't remember the last game I finished. This year's been tough. I know I finished Cyberpunk from start to finish, but this has been my worst year in my entire life since I was 5 years old, where I don't think I've finished one single game yet. I don't think I've come close either, because it's been that rough for me this year. So this has been my most busiest year in my entire life. So that's where I'm at. Great question. Honestly, guys, when the Steam Deck comes out, the Steam Deck, man, I'm going to be all about it. I may be playing Stadia less, currently saving up for the best one, and I'm going to be playing all the purchase game. I'm getting a Steam Deck as well. And to a degree, I'm with you, because the Steam Deck is almost going to be that all-in-one device. You can literally cloud game on there, because guess what? You're not going to have all the space in there. So I'm looking forward to the Steam Deck. It's kind of like my all-in-one move. How do I say this? Just like my all-in-one mobile gaming station. That's the way I say it. Because I use my phone now, but I think the Steam Deck's going to replace it. And I fully expect to cloud game on the Steam Deck. So I'm going to be using both the Steam and cloud gaming on there, and hopefully Stadia will be working just great. I'll definitely be testing that out, guys. So watch for that video, which is, by the way, pretty soon. Holy crap. I might switch from Stadia to xCloud just because it's cheaper. Hey, man, you do what you got to do, and there's nothing wrong with that, my man. Clive is tight. I like how you guys are throwing some love to Clive. That's the best thing about Stadia. They offer the strongest guarantee of not losing your library no matter what happens. They're not going to forget you getting your access to your purchase games. Yeah, I mean, I can still launch games, and they leave off where they left off from when Stadia launched back in 2000, at the end of 2019, and it's awesome. When it comes to Stadia, ooh, hold on. Lost it. Oh boy, hold on, guys. All right, I lost my place again. Let me get back. Guys, if you haven't already, exclamation raffle in the chat. We're giving out Falconeer today. That's the game we're giving out. If you end up winning today, you're gonna want to reach Granite. Join our Discord. Hit that thumbs up, because I had some people before the stream started throw me some thumbs down, man. I was like, God, what did I do? No, I think it's because I got a couple of thumbs down because I changed the streaming date yesterday. I apologize about that, guys. Sometimes my weekend schedule is very, very dynamic, so really do apologize about that. Guys, I'm so behind the chat. I keep scrolling over and over, and I see that I haven't read a bunch of your stuff. So I lost my place, so I'm gonna move on a little bit forward here. Monkey, I've been reading a lot of your stuff, so I'm gonna miss some of your messages. You'll have to repeat them. Randy goes, in the words of Jeff Bezos, long-term strategy always trumps short-term strategy. Long-term strategy always trumps short-term strategy. Stadia is hard at work, and they'll get better, and Stadia knows that, and they have that in hand, and it's innovation at its finest. Wow. So if Jeff Bezos has said that, then yes, I couldn't agree more with that. And everything that I see from Google and from Stadia it's absolutely a long-term project, and it's something that they are really hammering out. Nothing that has happened the last couple weeks has changed that, and I have said this over and over, and I still stand by it. What they're doing over there at Stadia and Google is the way that I would do it. I would do exactly what they're doing. I know there's a bit of a chicken and egg argument, because people are like, well, Google should be investing in games. This is the argument I've heard from the biggest detractors of Stadia. Google should be investing in the games right now. Right now, they need to get every game. They need to do this. They need to every single game needs to be on here. It's Google. Why aren't they investing in all this? Why aren't they throwing all their Google money right now? Because that's how you do it. And the thing is that I'll say this over and over again. There just isn't the gamers out there to convert to cloud gaming. It's just not there yet. Right now, expansion, I think, is the most important part. And you're seeing that. You're seeing that with GFN. You're seeing that. You're going to see that with Stadia. Expansion. Getting into the hands of more gamers out there. And then hopefully as that's lining up, you're going to start seeing those games right alongside that expansion. And hopefully you're going to see that. And then once those players come in and join. So right now, let's use Stadia as the example. Right now, Stadia library is at what? 200 plus games, right? So imagine if Stadia launches in India right now. Well, guess what? Those gamers haven't had a chance to experience those 200 plus games yet. They're going to hop in there and they're going to see the library. And for them, that's going to be pretty massive. Then those numbers start to come. And then Google goes, hey, look at these numbers. Let's cut a deal and let's go. And I'm thinking that's the way I personally would do it. I mean, I put in tons of thought into this. Like if I'm running a business, I don't feel like Amazon, which Amazon's another great example. I don't feel like these places have gotten where they are just because they throw away money at like the wall and say, let's just, they're not pulling like an Epic Games, because Epic Games does that, right? With their launcher, they just throw money and it's working for them, but they're still nowhere near Steam just yet, and cloud gaming is more of an innovative tech, more of a future. Cloud gaming is going to be part of the future no matter what. So, I mean, they're still staying the course, and you're not going to see, in my opinion, any reaction to the recent news. And so far, I'm good with it. Let's talk about this time next year. And if I still see it's still in the exact same place, then yeah, I think it's definitely time to say, yo, what's going on here? This is insane. And even then, a year from now, don't expect like these glaciers moving, because this is still a couple years long process. So if Stadia decides to buy a game studio similar to Microsoft, what studios could you see them going after? That's a question I haven't thought hard about, but there's some stuff out there. I think I would love to see, if there's one company I would love to see Google buy, I would love for that to be CD Projekt Red. So they can turn that ship around and then take those IPs that are insane and build them within some sort of cloud technology, just to make those worlds bigger. But let's say they don't even do that. They don't even, just the games themselves, like a new Witcher, a Witcher 4, a better Cyberpunk. So I think CD Projekt Red, because it's such a mess, would be the one I'd love to see Google buy, mister. I got a clip of my character launched into the air. Oh no. You guys should share those clips in our Discord. It's any idea of Stadia's coming to Asia? What part of Asia? What are we talking about, Dinshaw? What have I heard about? I don't think I've heard anything yet about that though, but maybe more specifics I can go around and ask about it. Monkey says, exactly. I've read all the comments on the GeForce Now upgraded YouTube video announcements, and 90% are negative from the community. And like I said, their own forums only have a few thousand members. Yes, GeForce Now itself isn't really a platform. GeForce Now is kind of like it's a bridge. It's not this like thing you get, excited about, because a lot of the times you're launching games that have their own communities, or that community is within Steam. So GeForce Now is missing a lot of things like a friends list and stuff like that really kind of gives you that kind of cohesiveness of feeling like a community that Stadia has. I mean, even Luna, same thing. They're kind of missing some of that stuff as well. So there's not really like a Luna community just yet. I hope they change it though. I honestly, if there's a horse that if we're looking at a racetrack right now, right? And you're seeing the horses go and they're all like a cloud gaming service. Luna's like all the way in the back right now. But I feel like their potential to like jump somewhere near the top is going to be up there. So we just kind of have to wait and see what they're doing. But yeah, GeForce Now, there isn't as many passionate people about GeForce Now. We'll see what happens though. We'll see if these new changes make any noise with it. Project goes, hey, my dude at Sunny Cloud, thanks for joining this necessary convo. I'm sitting back absorbing it all from you in the chat. Thank you, Project. Appreciate that. I'm not wise or anything, man, so I appreciate you just sitting back listening. I'm not much of a guy to listen to, just kind of giving my thoughts. Lamont goes, wait, do Stadia not make it easy for you to play games anywhere or anything? I mean, that's what's the beauty about Stadia. I was playing on a 3060 rig yesterday on GeForce Now, some free games called Infantry or something, and it was pretty smooth. That's awesome, Monkey. I would love to see some retro gaming on Stadia. I would as well, like having a Sega pack that includes recent releases and classic Genesis games. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Mr. Grimm. I'd love to see that as well. 4K 120 says adaptive sync is a game changer. And yeah, man, it's awesome. It's awesome. I want to test it out big time here, and I will this week. It should be good. Monkey Boy, not everyone with the questions use the forums. Use some Reddit, ask around support. Some use the Discord, and some ask other person. There's a big Discord for GeForce Now as well. Not everyone's gonna ask on the forums. Let me take my juice out of the scene, otherwise it gets caught up. When do you think we will see more cloud exclusive games? Jeremy, I don't think you're going to see it for a couple years. As far as I know, the only one working on cloud only games is Xbox. What's funny about that is that despite that they are working on a cloud only game, I think they are going to get more people in the cloud. But I think Xbox's mission is to not have people care or even think about their cloud gaming. I think it's just you're playing on Xbox, and that's that. And I think that's their ultimate vision. I think it's a good vision. We'll see how it plays out for them. xCloud is Xbox themselves. There's something to watch out for, but hardware is not going away. And I heard rumors that they're already working on the next PlayStation. So that's already out there. So I can say this publicly, but yes, the next hardware is already it's already under construction. So hardware gaming is not going anywhere. But I think cloud gaming is one of the absolute, if not the absolute biggest way you're going to see more gamers accepting the cloud. Once you start to see those gamers accept the cloud, then they'll look at other services and they'll see the convenience of it. And I think that's going to be a big deal, Jeremy. So I think we're a good 3-4 years out, maybe even longer for a cloud game, but I'm hoping it's going to be glorious when it happens. Amon goes, sub to 100 services in secret. Anyone wants this piece of your pocket. Not sure what you mean there, Amon. DJ says, I have a 1080p and 27 laptop, so I always have my laptop options for gaming, but a cloud gaming is much more easier. So Stadia, GFN, xCloud, PS Now, Luna all have great options and should be here to stay. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Shout out to Project Storm for all his hard work. Great show today for the Stadia community from him and Revolutionary Storm. Good stuff, Cult. Thank you for throwing those shout outs to awesome creators. Check out my man Project Storm as well. He's got an awesome channel. Fugly says they shouldn't, since that would be technically against their whole play high quality games at low price. Amon says, Sonny, when you need a social media manager, who are you going to call? I don't know about you, Amon. I don't know about calling you on that. That'd be rough. Sonny, now on which game are you enjoying? I'm only curious. Logano, I mostly, the past couple weeks, this past week I really didn't play much, but the last couple weeks I had been playing Far Cry 6. I've been playing Madden, and I've been playing a little bit of FIFA, and those are mostly the games I've been playing, and that's kind of been it. This past week I had the GeForce Now video. It took me a long time to make because I tried to put a lot of effort into that video. And then, not that I don't put a lot of effort into all my videos, but sometimes because my videos are news based, I have to be a little quicker. So that one I took a little bit more of my time with, but then I had that, and then I volunteered quite a few hours this past week at my local animal shelter, and then my normal job. So I have not gamed much. Today I was finally going to get some gaming down later tonight. So excited. Don't know what I'm going to play. I might play a little Riders Republic and check it out. Only a fool makes a decision in response without thinking it through over time. Yep. I've been wanting to pick up CP 2077, but haven't. And then I lost your message. Crap. Oh, and then we got a $2 dono. Holy crap, guys. I apologize. I think I don't get an alert when the dono. Sometimes I don't get my alert, so I apologize. Holy crap, and I just found it. Sonny, when do you think Stadia will use AV1 codec? So in regards to Stadia upgrading their stuff, their codec, I think we're like literally any day from that, man. I really feel that. I really do. I know they were testing some stuff out, and I think we're just like any day from that. So I couldn't guess when, but yeah, that's just my thing there. Thank you in Hi for the $2, my man. Really appreciate that. Chris says, what would you prefer for Google to do first? Upgrade their hardware to get 60 plus FPS 60 FPS plus games, or for them to roll out Stadia to more countries? I would want them to roll out to more countries, because getting into the markets, those markets that are really thirsty for games, for high quality AAA games, I think would be number one. I really don't feel that when you go out to other countries that have been thirsty for AAA games that they're going to complain as much about. Maybe they will, but I would rather see the expansion happen, and I think that's kind of where their focus is, ironically, because I'm just thinking about it, just that question itself, you know, I think that's kind of where the priority is. That's just me guessing. I haven't heard anything. That's what I would do too. My thought would be their expansion, and I know they've been laying out like all sorts of internet, like cables and getting fiber internet in certain places in India, and I know they've been doing a lot of that. Google has themselves, so I think that would be my thought. Mr. says, when the Steam Deck comes in, it changes absolutely everything. I'll likely only stick to Stadia for... Oh, I already read that from a while ago. Thank you. I got to catch up a little bit. I'm so off with my chat, guys, so I apologize. Thank you again for the $2, my man. Randy says, again, Stadia is about to be 2 years old, and they've been doing what they have to do. They could be doing things better, but it's all about timing. The difference is Xbox was giving it time. And I think that's key. Really good point, Randy. And it's something that I tend to forget about, and it always gets reminded to me, and I'm always glad it does, is that, you know, it took a while for Xbox to get in there. It's going to take a while, not even just for Stadia, cloud gaming itself, to kind of make that mark. I really feel like it's painful for me because I have a cloud gaming channel. You know, I want people to see how awesome cloud gaming is much sooner. But I think we're looking at minimum 5 years before we really see a bigger chunk. I think there was a study on this. Not a study. There was some analysts. It was a page that came out just, I want to say like a couple months ago. And it said that cloud gaming's revenue is going to triple in 3 years. And it was something like, I don't remember the number, but it was like maybe something like 2 some odd billion, 3, I don't know what it was. But it was like 6 billion, 7, 8 billion. So it was going to triple. But then I thought about that. I'm like, wait, triple? So what's that? Like, if cloud gaming is 2% of the market right now, that's only going to be 6% of the market. And it was something like 3-4 years. And that's still not a lot. That's still not a lot. So this thing's a whole big slow burn, guys. And again, that goes back to what I said. Like, that GeForce Now announcement was amazing. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to try it out here soon, but it's not going to make that much noise yet, you know, like outside of the cloud gaming community. So we're still not there yet. Still not there yet. GFN and Stadia are going to be some of the biggest things in cloud gaming, and I'm excited to see how competition improves both. Yes, that's one thing that I want to reiterate, and thank you for reminding me on that, because if you're somebody who is a big fan of, you know, xCloud this week, if you're a fan of Luna, if you're a fan of Stadia, this news this week shouldn't upset you, because, okay, I don't want to tell you what it should and shouldn't do to you, but for me, this is my mindset. It doesn't come anywhere near close to upsetting me as somebody who has over 100 games on. I'm going to be more specific on Stadia. I'm a big Stadia fan. I told you guys just last week, I said, hey, Stadia is the one I use the most because it's so convenient, right? But the GeForce Now announcement doesn't upset me, because what it does is it makes other services go, okay, this is happening. You know, it sets a bar that they also need to get to. So Luna goes, okay, we're still stuck at 1080p, 60 FPS running on Windows, and we're still missing all these features. Well, Luna's going to go, shoot, well, we need to do something. You know, we need to start thinking about our plans for the future. Does that mean they're going to react and like hurry up and get something out in a month or two? No. But what it'll do is it'll make them go, all right, let's take a look at what we can do right now to improve. What can we improve on our end? And so when you see a cloud service, whatever it does, if it's Stadia, if it's xCloud, whatever, if they implement something new, it's a good thing. Right now, you're going to end up seeing, because Stadia, for the most part, has been at the forefront of a lot of features, things like cloud, things like Stream Connect. Stream Connect is something that I wish would get talked about so much more. I would guarantee you can quote me on this, I would guarantee you're going to see Xbox steal some form of that in the years ahead. you know. And so when you see one service doing something good, I personally I get excited, because that means the services that I choose to spend my money on and the ones that I like the most, it should theoretically make them go, okay, now it's time for us to work a little harder and do what we got to do. So let's hope who's ever watching that news, that awesome news from GFN, where they're, you know, they're upgrading their stuff. Let's hope that Luna, you know, we know xCloud just upgraded, so we're not going to see them upgrade, you know. But same thing for Stadia. As I said earlier in the stream, I want to see more consistency. I think I'd just be happy with consistency on that 60 FPS. You know, it's not a game breaker for me. I still enjoy games, been enjoying Far Cry 6 and 30, but you still want to see that consistency across the board. So hopefully hopefully we see that, you know. All right, I'm gonna jump a bit forward, guys, because I'm so far behind. Dust says, even if you have an Xbox or PlayStation, you're virtually online gaming already. I know. I know, it's so true. I heard rumors Google was thinking about going back to the drawing board and creating exclusive games to Stadia, but those are rumors. They shouldn't have set that back anyways. So I've said this before, and I think that it's the correct way of thinking, because there was a reference. I said this. I don't know which video I said this in, but I know it was a video this past week. But if you're Google and you have money and you're working on making Stadia itself more profitable with things like the AT&T deal, good thing, as I've said. Then you because remember, we were lacking context in February when it was specifically said that one of the reasons why they decided to shut down Stadia Games and Entertainment was because of what Xbox did with buying Bethesda. Okay, we were missing context with that. And then a lot of websites kind of ran with their own narratives of what that meant, and then almost you were using it as fact, but we were missing context. And I actually took it as, me personally, and this doesn't mean that my thought is above anyone else's, it's just what I thought. Like when I first heard it, this is the light bulb that went in my head. It was, wait a second, Xbox is buying Bethesda. That's huge for Xbox, because now they're going to have Bethesda games, which are massive. Skyrim, I mean, all these insane games. Now those are going to be exclusive to the Xbox ecosystem. Well, why are we trying to build our own thing when we can theoretically buy up a publisher? Like I gave an example earlier, like CD Projekt Red. And I say this kind of laughingly, you know, that kind of proves sort of, you saw that Cyberpunk was a mess, but you know, like it proves buy a publisher or developer, because you can buy these studios and prove that you can go ahead and make, you know, bigger games down the line. And I think that, you know, that was just the process of really just taking a step back, shutting all that down, taking a step back and just reevaluating. And I think if Google were to come back into the game of looking to do their own stuff, I think it would come in that form, that they would buy a publisher or developer. And I think when that reference was made back in February, I think it was because of that. I think it was like, wait, why are we trying so hard? Because you know, to be fair, they did buy up the publisher, the developer who made the Journey to the Savage Planet. So theoretically speaking, that was a proven studio. So I guess I see why some made the conclusions they made. But in my mind, it was like, right now we need to shut this down, because the other reasons that were mentioned was because of COVID. And COVID to this day has disrupted so much. We're just starting to catch up. And of course, when the COVID stuff happening, Google and Stadia was just still at the beginning. So that's from the internal things that I had heard. COVID was the absolute biggest reason why. And then you add all the other factors like, wait, why are we spending all this money? So at the end of the day, I know a lot of people are going to go, well, it's Google, they should spend, they have unlimited amount of money. But again, if I'm running a business, I'm not trying to lose money, regardless of, I mean, that's kind of how, and I hate to say this, and I'm sitting here poor, but I get the mindset of a millionaire. The millionaires, they keep their money because isn't that the thing? They don't spend their own money. You hear it all the time with, like, when they buy up football stadiums and they get a new one built, they use the taxpayer money. It's just kind of how the way it is, the way of the world, guys. And it's not great as us consumers. It sucks. Just kind of the way it is. Stadia, Sonny, my big hashtag Stadia wish is for a more involved interface for content creators and players on YouTube. I would love to see that as well, but my guess is something like that would be in the back burner until this grows a little more. But the good thing is, you know, Stadia is at the forefront of things like crowd play and stuff like that, and you know, they're up there. They're up there. So the stuff that we have now, I wish would actually just get more utilized, because it's only a good thing. But at the same time, I get why it doesn't get more utilized. I know I would love to see like Riders Republic have like crowd play. I've said this before. The game that I definitely want to see have crowd play is the one that's coming out in January. What was it called? The Ubisoft game, Infestation something. And that's the one I would love to see with crowd play. So I mean, I'm with you on that. I'd love to see more stuff. What you have heard about GFN besides the upgrade? Again, you're comparing GFN, who like Xbox. I missed the context of what Sir Henry said, so I'd have to read what Henry wrote. I'm going to jump up a little forward. Henry, if you want to write what you wrote again. Hey, Sonny, do you or anyone else have an issue with FIFA 22 since lately? I have not. The player names are incorrect, and I'm unable to play online. Yo, Shavoy, get in our Discord and talk. The message, go into the FIFA part and show that bug off if you can, because if there's a Discord where you can complain about an EA game, it's ours, because it'll get seen by important people. Sir Henry says, of course, Google hasn't enough experience yet. The important thing is to stay open and transparent with your community. Google isn't doing that. Big mistake. So, Sir Henry, I'm missing the context of what you guys are talking about. I want to know what you mean by what they're not doing in regards to transparency. Maybe I missed that. With the WB games being involved, with buyout rumors before, do you see this AT&T white labeling partnership with Google as a stepping stone for a possible studio purchase? Absolutely, Chris, absolutely, 1000%. And that's I do see it as a stepping stone. I mean, again, maybe I'm being, and I'll be honest, maybe I'm just being more hopeful than what reality might end up being. But I absolutely do think like it could be just part of that puzzle. Chris is banging out some excellent questions, by the way, that I'm glad you're mentioning, because these are things I don't think about, but like all the time. But great questions, my man. Great questions. The 30 Media Group says, great chat and show as always, Sonny. Thank you, my man. How long have we been going at this stream? All right, we still got a little bit of time before we give it out the Falconeer. If you haven't already, exclamation raffle. If you did, don't do it. But if you haven't, go ahead and do it, because we're giving out the Falconeer today, and I'm excited for that. Again, hit that thumbs up if you guys can. It's so helpful, because when you hit the thumbs up, there's this like weird algorithm thing where YouTube will go, oh shoot, people like this, and then we'll find more cloud gamers out there. So if they're like GeForce Now or Stadia users, whatever, they'll come and join the stream, and they can come hang out with us. Lamont says GTA. Hopefully we see it. Oh, hold on. Let me go back. Oh, like this has now happened 3 times. Okay, cool. Okay, Stadia was supposed to get the GTA trilogy. Why did it get scrapped? Now it's on. I don't know if it got scrapped. Do we know that for sure? Have we heard it? This isn't a shot at you. So now it's on. I don't know if Stadia is getting GTA trilogy. Have we? Is there been any sort of confirmation of that somewhere? Like an actual like. I'm not ready to rule it out just yet. Let's see in a couple weeks. Let's see what happens. Let's see next month, and then. You know, it could still come at a delayed time, because we've seen that over and over. You know, let's find out in 3 months. If the end of December comes and there's been no word on GTA trilogy, then I'll be with you, and I'll assume it's not coming. But I'm not there yet, just because the way things work with Stadia, guys. And I've explained why this happens over and over. And I'm going to give you, if you're just watching the stream, there's been a thing that's happened the last couple months, where there was a game that was supposed to come out. Some of you guys are going to know what the game is, because if you watch my live streams, I shouldn't have even hinted it. So that was my mistake. I've been learning. I shouldn't have hinted what the game was, because I was so sure. But there was a game supposed to come out. It was supposed to come out like a month ago. It didn't come out. Then I had heard that the game was supposed to come out this month in October. But then I got word that they delayed the game all the way up until December now. So we're in October, so they delayed it 2 more months. This game was supposed to launch alongside all other platforms, including Stadia. That example is why I think Google has said, don't bother announcing or putting a logo unless you are 1000% sure, or they actually have a deal in place. So that's just kind of the nature of the beast, guys. That's just the way it is. And sometimes we just don't know when a game's coming. Real quick, it looks like somebody threw me, so I have to jump all the way down. We got yo, thank you, Eric, for the 20. I really appreciate it, and that really cool sticker, my man. Let me put some happy music on right now. I'm just gonna put some happy music. Thank you for the 20. Really, really, really appreciate that 20. 2020. Thank you, my man. Thank you again, Eric. No, just the sticker, but really appreciate that. All right, I'm gonna jump all the way back up if I can, unless I lost my place already. Okay, I didn't. We're in a holding pattern with 2K regarding Grand Theft. Yeah, I guess that's a good way of putting it. Rise Republic is great, and why didn't Stadia go in a GTA trilogy? Again, we don't know that. The rumor was that Stadia was supposed to get GTA trilogy, but again, you know, I don't know that 100%. So I'm just kind of waiting and seeing, guys. Google purchasing a gaming studio would make for a quick way to close down Stadia. Oh, the player base would be too low for them to earn any profit. Well, that's an interesting thought, WB. I mean, here's the thing. I feel like if Google were to buy a studio, it would mean that they know how the money's going to look now. And you're going to say, well, they closed down the studio back in February, right? Well, COVID threw such a wrench that their timeline, their projection for when a game was going to come out, all that stuff went out the window. So if Google were to go back now and buy a studio, unless we got COVID 2 happening and some other thing comes out and like disrupts the whole world, you know, I would expect everything to be fine at that point. So I kind of disagree on that. Big time. Yeah, Bippity. AV1 codec will lower the data usage. Correct. That was one of the things. Correct. Sir Henry says, I'm a Google fan, but don't get me wrong. Google has done amazing things, but on Stadia, I just feel like Google isn't putting much effort into it yet. For example, where is the negative latency? Well, you know, to counter that, and I'm not necessarily trying to counter you, because when someone says they feel like Stadia isn't getting enough games or they're not getting enough whatever, you feel like, you know, I don't really have, you know, counter that. I mean, we just kind of agree to disagree is kind of where I'm at on that. And right now, Google they definitely scaled back with the studios themselves, but on the hardware side, I kind of feel like, with the exception of the way the games run, in terms of like features, I feel like Google is way above anybody else on that. I mean, I get that Sir Henry and John Smith watching this stream right now isn't going to understand the importance of something like bridge mode, but me as a content creator who knows that there's other gamers out in the world, and there's like, and I know because I get messages all the time, when is Stadia coming to my country? I get those all the time. Like, I think I got a country that I never even heard of before the other day. There's a whole segment of gamers out there that are just dying for this stuff. So something like a bridge mode and getting this running on TVs and making this like as hardware free as possible and seamless and all that fun stuff that we as very plugged in gamers right now, who are already using like the best feature, the best controllers, we're using the best monitors, we're using the best this and that. We're not plugged into that stuff. We don't care about the bridge modes, right? We don't care about all these little cool things that Stadia has been working on. So for me, I disagree that, you know, they're not doing much right now, or they're not putting in the effort. I kind of disagree with that. But at the same time, I don't disagree with people who have the notion they feel like they're not doing enough, because I get your point of view. I just don't subscribe to it, because cloud gaming, again, is just so small of a percentage. So that's just my thought. So guys, I really think my view has just gotten broader and broader, and it has to get broader and broader, because I have to figure out what's happening with this channel as well. And cloud gaming is just something that I look at from every single angle, with all the services, where it's going, what's happening. And so I really do take a broad view, and You know, I'm becoming more of a content creator and YouTuber than I am just like a pure gamer. So I'm still very much gaming. I still enjoy it, but I just look at all angles now, and that's kind of what I see. Yo, is that Eddie throwing in his 2-month message? If only FIFA, if you use a VPN, you can change. On FIFA, if you use a VPN, it can change names. Okay, cool. So there you go. You threw that in there. For those wondering about FIFA. All right, guys. Wow, I'm so behind in the chat. It's not even a... Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump a bit ahead, guys. And if I miss your message, I apologize. I'm going to read the members' messages. So if you're a member, and then I'm going to jump and highlight some of you guys. But I'm going to move quicker now. The mobile gaming industry has the largest share of convenience, lover casual games that like play anywhere. The market is really against console players, so it takes time. Raphael nailed it. Alucard, Raphael, by the way, well said. Alucard says, hi, Sonny. The chip shortage should contribute to how fast cloud gaming will grow. GFN 3080 offer is extremely good. Agreed. Yes, it is. It is. We got what? No way. Queen, I didn't realize you've been a member for 17 months. Wow. Queen Rage. Don't forget to hit the like button and everything. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. And then we have a new member, 1030 Media Group. I almost missed it right there. Thank you, man, and welcome to this. Welcome to the Sunny Club over here. Really appreciate that. We got the music going, guys. All right. Now I definitely lost where I was. So I'm going to go back and just read. What's up, Lars? Good to see you, my man. I'm going to skip a little bit, guys. Let me read the members. I feel like Amazon and Google are best positioned in the future since they own things like Discord, YouTube, both things. That is what I keep saying. I keep saying that. I am not sleeping on Amazon. And I'm certainly never, ever going to sleep on Google. And that is me taking my bias. I have a little bit of bias, right? Because I love Stadia. I love cloud game. I'm actually just a biased cloud gamer in general. So I'm just the more generalized. Taking a step back, that is why you can never rule out Google. They just have YouTube, you know, which is insane. They have the Google search engine, for Christ's sakes. And Amazon, of course, is a huge player. You can't rule them out, guys. And whoa, my goodness, guys. Thank you for the new members. We got Eddie coming in with the 2. Love the content, Sonny. Can't wait for the D&D. Yeah, is that wait, D&D, do you mean Dead by Daylight, or what do you mean? We're doing some Dead by Daylight this Saturday, guys. So stay tuned for this stream. I'm excited. And then we got Renan coming in as Sunny Bronze. Thank you, my man. Hopefully I'm saying I'm going to call you Diaz. Thank you, Diaz. Welcome to the Sunny Club, my man. DBD. I think he meant maybe DBD. Diaz, welcome, my man. Good to see you. Thank you guys for the new members and the donations, guys. Really appreciate it. You guys have been rocking it. Dang, this music. Yo, what's up, Chariot? Good to see you. I can't put this music on, man. This music is no bueno. It gets me. I want to dance. I need to put something else on. All right, let's put. I have to change the music. Holy crap! I like want to dance. All right, what the heck is this though? If GTA doesn't hit Stadia, people should know it's on Boosteroid, and their North America servers hit in December. Good point, Mr. Grimm, and I will be covering Boosteroid. All right, what is this music? What is this music, guys? Guys, by the way, if you haven't already, exclamation raffle, guys. We are giving out Falconeer today. We are not too far away from giving it out. In the next 30 minutes, we will be giving that bad boy out. So get ready. Proto says, here's a fun little question. Would you rather get a free games but have to download it, or download it to a stream, or unlimited DVD movies, but you got to stream them with the disc in your PC as a DRM? I like that question. I think I would rather get the DVD movies. Yeah, because I don't mind watching DVD movies. Hold on, guys. I'm losing my voice. I haven't talked this much in a long time. Cloud gaming is not one size fits all. Correct, man. Correct. YTX says the chicken and the egg. If publishers are wondering about Stadia sales quantity, then they have themselves to blame for delaying games. Interesting, YTX. You know what's interesting? What's really interesting? I know of a publisher on Stadia who knows the numbers very well and are still making more games for Stadia because they know that cloud gaming is the future and Stadia is part of it. So that's some very vague information, But for me, it was really cool when I heard that. So yeah. So we'll see how it continues to go. We'll see how it continues to go. Yo, what's up, Jem in the house? What's up, Jem? Good to see you, my man. If you said hi to me earlier and I missed it, but if not, either way, what's up to my man Jem in the chat? Awesome content creator. Go check out my brother. Super says, yes, Super Animal Royale has been delayed until December without any real reasons. Did you hear about that somewhere? Where did you hear about that, sir? Where are you playing games on Amazon, Stadia, and GeForce Now or PC? Skyfall, if you're asking me, I play on PC. I do my cloud gaming mostly on PC and phone. Justin says Stadia promised 8K. They didn't promise 8K, I don't think. I think they said down the line it could get there. Stadia promised 8K, didn't get no big titles. GFN got 4K. GFN technically has 4K only at the moment on the Nvidia Shield. I'm losing hope on Stadia. Am I wrong for waiting? Am I wrong for wanting Gen 2 update or something? You're not wrong, Justin. Not at all. Not at all. Listen, as I've said this before and I'll say it again, you know, I want to see more consistent. I think this is like my third time saying it on stream. Want to see more consistency with Stadia, the games. And I've noticed some people wanting to really put every single bit of that blame on the publisher and developer, and they take the majority of it. But I do feel Stadia is the gatekeeper, and I do want to see more consistency. And I think if you just see the more consistency with the 60 FPS, not even so much the 4K, just the 60 FPS, I honestly think no one's going to complain. So that's my biggest wish right now. But wanting to see Stadia's hardware upgrade is something that a lot of people want to see. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, man. And hopefully we do see it at some point. Let me jump in here, and we got Johannes with the 10. Thank you for the dono. Really love your work for Stadia. I only hope that for hardware upgrades. Okay. I don't need 4K 120 FPS, but 1080 60 for all games would be great. Also stuff like FOV sliders, current gen features. Yes, Johannes. Again, that goes back to what I just literally have been saying. I'm with you on that. I see more consistency would be great. 1080 60 would be great. Hold on, guys. Driving me nuts with the music there. But yeah, Johannes, thank you for the 10 again. Really appreciate it. And I'm with you. If those hardware upgrades mean more consistency, but I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think Stadia's hardware right now is good enough for that consistency. I think what you're seeing is Stadia kind of gets the last. I've talked about this plenty of times. Stadia kind of gets the last pass among all the publishers when they're putting out one game across all platforms. So example is, of course, Far Cry 6. Ubisoft has to get the game out for tons of platforms. I think it's just quicker for whatever reason to get that 30 than to optimize for that 60 FPS and giving us the two options of like a performance and a visual mode. So I'm with you on that, Johannes. You know, seeing just more stable, not stable, but consistency across that board. I'm with you on that. And yeah, FOV sliders would be amazing. I'm with you on that. Geek the Sneak with his 8 months. Thank you for the 8 months, my man. Coming in. Stadia games need better optimization. Yep, all this kind of goes into what I've been saying, so I'm not going to repeat myself again. And thank you again to Eddie for the $2. All right, we're going to jump a little bit, guys. Diaz says, Google already owns the biggest gaming platform in the world, Android. Good point. Good point. Mr. Gomes, I'm biased with cloud gaming as well, but I'm a touring entertainer, and buying an expensive console, I won't be home to play. It makes zero sense. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Randy B goes, oh, come on, we're here for the dancing, Sonny. Riker, exactly. They want Google to give them everything yesterday, then they'll complain when they still get it. Yeah, that happens a little bit, but it's keep in mind, that's a small minority of people who kind of do a lot of complaining. The majority of gamers are just sitting back and just having fun, and I know that because I do sometimes get some internal numbers, and there's a good number of people just having fun right now. The people who are the loudest through Twitter or, you know, through the Reddits, they're the minority big time. So it just is what it is. Boosteroid has input lag or not? Is it good in 2021? Gabby, I don't know. I haven't tried Boosteroid yet. I'm waiting for them to come to North America. They will. They're going to reach out to me and I'll be covering it. So Capricorn says, don't forget about Peppa Pig. Capricorn couldn't be more on the money. Have you guys checked this video out? There's a comparison between Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switch, and PlayStation 5 on Peppa Pig, and the video's got like 500,000 views. It's showing the comparison of draw distance. It's freaking amazing. My only problem with that video is it didn't do the Stadia version of Peppa Pig. We need the Stadia version in there. There's been nothing but memes about this game, and I'm almost wanting to cover it on Stadia. Do you guys, can we do a poll for that? Let me do a poll on this. Hold on, let me do this real quick. I'm so bad at this poll stuff. Okay, give me a second. Should I cover Peppa Pig? Hold on. Sunny Cloud. It just showed up. I'm so bad at this. My thing is lagging out. Hold on, man. All right, let me do this. Start a poll. Should I cover? Here we go. Should I make a video about Peppa Pig? I don't. Even if you guys say yes, I don't know if I'm gonna do. I'm probably not gonna do it. But let me see what you guys think, anyways. Should I make a video about Peppa Pig? Because this meme is getting insane. Oh, Lars says I just bought Peppa Pig. Great game so far, but it's a bit expensive, to be honest. It is, isn't it? $40. It's the same on all platforms. That's correct. Gabby says Sunny Cloud Gaming, will Rust be added to Stadia? I don't think so. Boogie says there's no such thing as Gen 2. I kind of agree with that, because when you hear about the hardware upgrades that happen within Stadia, which I think for the record, I think eventually these hardware upgrades will happen. Like, it'll be rolled out if they're not already out there. They're just not being utilized. I totally it's just gonna happen, guys, and you guys aren't even gonna know about it, and the games will just run, like, you'll see the full resolution, and it'll just be very silent, because that's what essentially Google's already mandated. Stadia, the team's already mandated that when hardware upgrades happen, they're not even going to announce it. So I think it's just a matter of time. How far that is, who knows. Justin says it's been 2 years and it's not better than a PS4. They promise better than PC. I disagree with that. They promise better than PC with load times. Load times, AK Far Cry is stuck at 30 frames per second. We can't even get 1440p at 60s. I kind of disagree with you, Justin, on it's not better than a PS4. Disagree with that wholeheartedly, especially on load time, something you just mentioned right there. Again, like, it's weird because you're using Far Cry an example, but Ubisoft has games like The Division 2 running at 4K 60 FPS. They also have Assassin's Creed Valhalla that just went through a random kind of update where they added a 60 FPS option. I don't know what the resolution is that they're running it at. We might have to ask our man, Original Penguin. He's the guy who does all the pixel counting. But again, what does that tell you, Justin? Let's put on our our super critical thinking hats on. What's happening? Like, why is Ubisoft giving 60 FPS games here, but then over here they're not giving those games? It's only 30. Would that tell you that that's a hardware problem, or would that tell you that's probably something else? Right? Like, that's something else, right? Like, if we already have Ubisoft games with, heck, 4K 60, but let's forget about the 4K. We have several games running at 60 that are next gen games, like, again, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Why is Far Cry at 30? There's questions there that I don't have the answers to, but for me, it's certainly not necessarily a hardware question. If this was the absolute best hardware on the world, then yeah, like, we would see that consistent 4K 60. But we have it with other games though, so there's kind of questions that even I don't fully understand, and something that I would love to know, and I probably could dig a little deeper, and I should. And ask some friends of developers of what's going on. But man, it's just one of those things that's perplexing. Hi, Sunny. When we get, don't make me pronounce it because I'm getting so much hate on this. Is it Kakarot? I'm not gonna pronounce it. Hi, when will we get it? It looks like October 26th, my man. That's when it's coming. Oh shoot, no. Oh no. All right, let me end this poll. So 69%. Come on, guys. Why are you guys such trolls? 69%? Really? So we're talking about me covering Peppa Pig, a meme game, and you guys meme me? Okay, there's a 68%. With 96 votes. All right, I'm going to end that. Dix is back to 69. It just finished on 69%. You guys are hilarious. You guys are the best. When we say that for the record, we have the best community here. Plain and simple. Holy crap, dude. All right, Jeff says, keep in mind, everybody, that Google has two options, expansion or upgrade. They really shouldn't upgrade their hardware while they're expanding, while there still has to be balance. Jeff, I'm kind of with you on that, man. I've talked about that a bunch. I'm with you on that. Jeff with the 69%. It's funny because we're talking about Peppa Pig, me covering it in a video, and then we memed the meme right there. That was oops. That was effing brilliant. Sorry, you guys didn't hear. I didn't say the full cuss word. I apologize. Oof. I do tend to cuss in real life, but I temper myself. This is a PG channel, and we don't cuss here. But that if we were to cover Peppa Pig, I think that video would get a little rowdy, guys. If I covered Peppa Pig on this channel, I would have to put a disclaimer that this is not a PG video, because we are going to get wild with that game. Yo, Johannes with the 10. I'm sure with optimization, we could see Far Cry with 60 FPS. We could see Far Cry with 60 FPS, but with the current player base, not even Ubi seems to put work into it. Better hardware would make easier for the devs, I guess. That's kind of my mindset. Johannes. Ubisoft has been making games for Stadia for quite some time now, and I think those porting tools that we've heard about are going to make a really big difference, and you're going to see these games quicker, much more ported quicker on Stadia, and I think you're going to see that a little more in 2022. But how that looks in regards to like hardware, if we're getting 60 FPS, I mean, I was kind of encouraged with the Arkham Knight thing. Like, that's one of the many reasons I was encouraged with it, because the game's running at like an awesome 1080 60, guys. So man, there's a lot of things that we just don't know happening behind the scenes that are just, it's super interesting. Riker goes, I'd like Stadia to implement a search bar and better organization of their games. They could definitely use some work for sure. Oh my goodness. Thank you again, Johannes, for the 10. I really appreciate that. Lars coming in with the 25. Keep up the good work, Sonny. Thank you, Lars. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate that, Lars. And again, thank you to Johannes. Let me read some of the Peppa Pig stuff. Peppa Pig Stadia's first game. Okay. Nuka is nailing it. Okay, so this is the thing. When Stadia upgrades and we see 8K 120 FPS, it needs to be, the first game has to be Peppa Pig. And if it isn't, we are going to riot. We're going to put this on my Twitter feed. This complaining right here. Okay. Here we go. Google, when you upgrade to 8K 120, the first game that we want to see is Peppa Pig, or we riots. We will protest Stadia. You heard it here first. Peppa Pig has to be the first 8K 120 game. Has to be. Has to be. Queen Rage coming in with the 669. Oh, come on, Queen. We know you like these jokes, but if there was somebody that was hoping would resist the jokes today, it would be you, Queen. Come on now. Come on. And then we have, we got Eddie Player in the chat. My man, Eddie Player 1. What's up, guys? Good to see. By the way, please follow Queen Rage. Follow Eddie Player 1. Follow Gem. Follow all these awesome content creators. And then thank you again to Lars. Keep up the good work, son. Thank you. And I'm glad you're enjoying Peppa Pig, which, by the way, I think, is it safe to say that Peppa Pig's gonna get Game of the Year? Should I make a poll for this? Probably not, but I feel like it might. It's up there. It's gonna get Game of the Year, I think. I think it's gonna get Game of the Year. Just wait. With the Game Awards coming up, if I think we're gonna see a lot of people riot if Peppa Pig isn't up there. Now it's on says, I would love for Stadia to give us some future projections. Hopefully we get some of that at the beginning of the year, my man. David goes, how does this tickets work? Not only one each person. So if you're a subscriber, and you have to be subscribed to the channel, you get one ticket. If you're a member on this channel, you get more tickets for the giveaway. So we're gonna give out our game here really soon. We're gonna give out a Falconeer. Reddit says, I would settle for 8K 120 hertz Tetris. Janik says, no, it should be Uno with 8K along with RT. Guys, okay, all right, Janik just nailed it. Okay, guys, let's okay, because it might be a bit before we see 8K 120 FPS at Peppa Pig, but I think it would be much sooner that we should see ray tracing. Tell me I'm not wrong on this. Ray tracing should be the first game that Stadia gets ray tracing needs to be Peppa Pig. Google, mark this down. Tell Outright Games, ray tracing, our first game has to be Peppa Pig. We need to get that happen. We need to get that happening. Yes, and then Nintendo Nate says, get your pitchforks out. Exactly. Exactly. Queen Rage, thank you again for the 669. The fact that I have to say that. Truly the next generation of gaming. David goes, I'm a subscriber. How can I become a member? Hit the join button, my man. If you wanna become a member, hit that join button. There should be a join button. Ray tracing bacon. Yes. Wait, no. Ray tracing bacon. That's brutal. Thank you, Jem, for the 2. Peppa Pig and Paw Patrol, best games on Stadia. Yup. I mean, it's true though. I mean, Stadia got the biggest game of the year this past week. Chris goes, I'm waiting for Peppa Pig Game of the Year edition. Chris is waiting for that release. Oh man, you guys are killing me right now. Oh my god, yes, she's on the swings with the shadow, so pretty. Yep. Cynics goes, hey Sonny, is there any news about AV1 decoding and when they want to implement it? Wow, you guys are asking me a lot about AV1 today, huh? I haven't heard anything about it, man. I haven't heard if they're messing with that yet. I mean, I know some of the Google teams testing out some stuff, but I think the things that I've heard that they're testing out are gaming related. So, like testing out different games. But I haven't heard anything about the AV1. You know, I get told stuff to me all the time, and every time I get told stuff to me, it's like I'm just waking up, and then it just goes in one ear and out the other. So I got to go back and read. But I don't think I've heard anything about AV1, the codec, about it with anything regards to that right lately. So hopefully we see it though. Bulls for Life is Sunny Bronze member. Bulls, by the way, they're 3-0, my man. I have been watching my Bulls like a hawk. Thank you for becoming a Sunny Bronze member, my man. Welcome to the Sunny Club. Appreciate it. Someone saying ray tracing Peppa Pig. Let's go. That adventure game. So next stream, is Peppa Pig going to be the giveaway? I don't have that giveaway yet. I just received some keys. And when I got the email Friday, I was so distraught that I didn't get Peppa Pig. So I have to go out of my way to email Outright Games, and I need to tell them that I need the Peppa Pig giveaway, because listen, we're going to do the charity stream this year as long as my scan comes out here good in a month. Otherwise, that's a whole different ballgame. You guys aren't going to see me on YouTube or streaming. But if I'm waiting for my scans, we're going to have a charity stream. Peppa Pig's going to be the game, right? That's going to be the special game. The number one, like the top donator gets that game. So I need that Peppa Pig key right now. So I'm going to reach out to Outright Games. They've given me some keys already. So hopefully they can give me that beautiful, gorgeous masterpiece of a Game of the Year game, by the way. Althor says the Peppa Pig reviews on Steam are hilarious. I got to go check those out. Yo, Bulls for Life, I'm back. My brother, man, good to see you back. Stadia's doing a lot for accessibility in cloud gaming. That's important. Janik, you're absolutely correct. And as somebody who's been working with kids with disabilities for the last 10 years, it's really hard for me not to give a lot of love to what Google has been doing. I mean, there's still some stuff that I want to see in regards to more accessibility, but I'm with you, my man, on that. I'm with you on that. Chrome, hi from the UK. Good to see you, Chrome. I think we've lost some people on the stream because they were like, oh, what's all this Peppa Pig talk? Is this guy serious? And they left. Mr. Grip goes, I'm probably the only Stadia user that wants scan line options. Peppa Pig is a killer in Dead by Daylight. Oh my god, can you imagine that, Eddie? Can you imagine? Oh my god, seeing a big pink pig running around that would be horrifying, actually. Pixel says we need some new colored Stadia controllers for us Chromecast users. Yes, I want to see a lot more colors. I'm with you on that, Pixel being white. See, hopefully we do see that, my man. Somebody asking when Korean Rage when you're gonna stream. Oh yes, I think we all want to see that. Diaz says Peppa Pig should have been the ultimate last character in Smash Ultimate. I think you're gonna see it as well. I think you'll see something like that, man. All right, guys, you guys ready for this giveaway? Let's do it, guys. Let's get this giveaway off and running. I'm excited to give away Falconeer today. By the way, guys, if you guys haven't heard or checked out the game Falconeer, it's really neat. It was developed by one gentleman, and this one gentleman worked with a porting team, from what I understand, and got the game out on Stadia. He was just like, I need to get this awesome game on Stadia. So even if you're not today's winner for Falconeer, definitely consider checking it out. I mean, support an awesome guy who just like awesome entrepreneur, man, making his own game. So speaking of that, this is a request from Google, from me to Google. I would love to see Stardew Valley. Can we get some Stardew Valley on Stadia? I think that's such a great game, but I know he's coming out with a new game, and I definitely want to see the new game. I think it's called something chocolate. So hopefully we see something like that. But if you guys haven't already, exclamation raffle in the chat. We're doing our last giveaway today. So exclamation raffle. If you already did it, don't do it. Join our Discord, by the way, because if you are the winner today, you are going to have to get on Discord. You're going to have to message my main man, Granick. By the way, shout out to all my mods on Discord, on YouTube. Shout out to my mods here on YouTube, like Queen Rach as well, who are not mods on Discord, but shout out to my mods who do both. They are absolutely amazing, and I'm so blessed to have them as a team. I can't tell you that I struggled for so long with mods, and I would, and some of you guys in this chat, some of you creators know, I would go to your streams and I'd see an awesome mod on your stream, and I'd be like, man, you guys want a mod over here? And they've just, I have my own mods here who are awesome, who I know mod in other places as well, but they're just amazing, and shout out to them. So again, exclamation raffle. If you win today, you're gonna message Granite, one of my mods. He's awesome, and join our Discord, guys, because it's so active. I can never keep up with our Discord anymore. It's just gotten so insane. The conversations you guys have in there is amazing. By the way, next Saturday we are doing a Halloween stream. We're already starting to set up some stuff. You guys see the orange lights right there? And we already have some cool stuff. It's not gonna, I'm not gonna decorate like crazy. It's gonna be like 2 items, 1 or 2 items, and then I don't know if I'm gonna put on a mask or what I'm gonna do, or if I'm gonna do anything at all. But we are doing some Dead by Daylight. We're giving out 3 games next week, but also a 4th special game if you guys can beat me. So I need you guys to polish up those DVD skills. With that, let's pull this giveaway winner. Again, if I pull your name, make sure that you say something. You have to respond in the chat. So if all you do is type in a dot, even if you're typically a lurker, that's okay. But make sure you say something in the chat. Let's go ahead and pull our first winner, or maybe our only winner. So let's see who our winner is on The Price is Sunny. We have YTH. YTH. I know he was messaging earlier. YTH, if you're in the chat, please write something in the chat. And you are our winner today, my man. I think I just saw him messaging like a couple minutes ago. And there it is. Congratulations to YTH, my man, here with the giveaway. Congratulations, dude. There it is. Good stuff. So we'll go and get on Discord, my man, and message Granite. Marco says, man, so to keep it going with the updates, you're like the only reliable source I have for Stadia news. We'll be supporting you on Patreon soon. Thank you, Marco. And I'm looking to start doing some exclusive content for both the members and the Patreon users, and I think it's going to come in the form of some of these live streams. So stay tuned for that. Thank you, Marco, and I'd love to see you on Patreon, my man. His Patreon gives us a little bit extra cash, so I'd love it. And all this money has gone back into the channel in one way or another, so it's been amazing, guys. All right, I'm going to catch you guys in the next stream. Next stream is Halloween stream, guys. Get ready, the Peppa Pig winner. We'll see who it is. Thank you, guys. Let's end this on some good music. You guys have been awesome. This has been a ton of fun. Guys, man, we got the Stadia Pro Games announcement coming this week as well. We'll try out some GeForce Now stuff as well. We got a lot of cool stuff, and stay tuned for next stream. So let's go, guys, and put some music on, and I'll see you guys next week. DBD stream, Halloween stream. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'll see you guys next time. As always, I'll see you guys in the clouds. Take care, everybody.